Hello everyone. So this is going to be my oldest video on the account. The reason I'm saying that is because when I was coming up, as I'm coming up right now, I used to watch so many videos. I would click on every single video I saw of 19-year-old makes first 10K a month or first payout, things like that. And every time I saw one of those videos, I'd click on the account and I would check the oldest videos. It's cool to see like what the how they started. So I want to have the coolest, oldest video. So how I want to start this is going to be completely unedited. I just want to have first cool, oldest video. You can see how I am before I've made anything in the material world. So I want to start off. I would say, see, now I'm stumbling. Now I don't know how to talk, but we can get into it. I was practicing a little bit before this, and it was really easy. Off the top, I said, I believe I'm somewhat of a chosen one. And then I was like, okay, that's pretty arrogant, but I'll say that. Because the reason I'm saying that, it's interesting, because for a while, I always thought, like, I'm not going to have a normal life. For some reason. It's kind of corny to say, but once I'm to the levels that I want to be, it'll be cool to say then, right? See, now I'm blanking. I bet I'll be so good at this in the future. I promise you I'll be so good at this in the future. But maybe let's start off with why I'm doing this whole thing. So the reason I'm doing this whole thing is I just have this vision and it's non-stop. And ever since I was probably like 15 years old, and when I see all these videos of people like getting rich and all that, that's what I thought, like, yo, this is gonna be me. This is me. Like, this has to be me in the future. And ever since I got that into my head, I never really thought of anything else. And I can't picture myself doing anything else. And a big mentality I have is I do only have one life. In my one life, there's not a chance that I'm not gonna be what I want to be, right? And I've been reading a lot more recently, and I really believe that this will happen. I don't believe that I have this vision, this such vivid vision of the future and who I'm gonna be, that it doesn't happen. So now that takes off a lot of stress, right? Because you're thinking, okay, all of these ups and downs in life, but at least I'll be where I want to be. And it's really interesting because I'm saying this when I haven't made a single dollar online. I've been I've been wanting to do this since I was probably about 15 years old and see like the Iman Gaji videos. I remember I was in class and I'm watching them, and then, yeah, there's actually this one guy, he was like, oh, you're trying to get rich type of thing. I was like, yeah. And then it's not tough at all because 5 years later and haven't made anything. But I do believe that it was for a reason. Nothing happens for no reason. But yeah, so I'm day trading, and I started day trading around almost 2 years ago, which is crazy. And I've never passed an account. I've never gotten a payout. And I traded for a while. I started with like options bullshit, just, I don't know if I can swear. Options bullcrap, just on paper trading while I was doing door-to-door sales. And actually, just to go back a little bit, I graduated high school 2024, didn't go to uni, didn't go to anything. I just thought, okay, no, I'm going to make money online. Fast forward, what is it now? Almost 2 years later, haven't made anything. And it does sound really sad to say, it does sound bad, sounds like I failed, but I don't believe so at all. I know this is going to be for a reason, because now that I haven't made it, I think it's just going to show so much, like, how much I've really learned. And a big thing I want to do is help people in the future just believe in themselves, because I was really in a bad place. I'd say the worst place was in winter of 2025, like end of 2024 to beginning of 25 was really bad. I was always fat. My whole life I was pretty fat, and then that was the fattest I've ever been. I was just horrible habits, didn't do anything. It was just really bad. That's like you know the reels, and then you see it's like, oh, I'm not going to uni, I'm gonna day trade, and then it's just a fat slob. That was me. That was me. And for some reason, even through all of that, I had so much faith. I have so much faith that it's all gonna work. And I thought about it a little bit more recently. I didn't think about it then. I was just thinking, oh, this is horrible, this is horrible. But damn, like one day I know. And thinking about it now, why? This is why I'm so confident in this now, is because even through all of what I can see with my in the physical world of I have zero going for me, and just even mindset was horrible too. Just that's what I mean. Nothing going for me except that vision, except that faith. That was the only thing I had. And I'm thinking now is, why did I have that? And this is what I mean, is even though it's super arrogant to say, I feel like I'm somewhat chosen to have this life because I have this vision and have this desire. And I really think if I can bring it from the mental plane into the physical plane, I could show people how possible it is, and show myself, even though I already know it's possible. I want to show others that. And it's going to be a super interesting journey. We'll see how long it takes to actually materialize. I think it might be kind of quick. I hope it'll be, I can put this in a tough edit later, but yeah. Yeah, my main goal with the trading stuff is I just want to make money from that. Oh, also, I forgot to say, I was trading for a while. I'll go through the journey. So I was trading for a while, and then I had a door-to-door sales job, and I wasn't really trading too much, but I would go on my phone, paper trade in the morning, and think I'm tough, like off some bull crap, like trading Tesla, and I just got lucky. It's like nice. But then I quit that. This was October in 2024, and then November I quit that door-to-door sales. I made like $600 in 1 month of doing 8 hours every single day knocking doors, but good experience. That was my whole goal with it, is get good experience. And then for a while I was just unemployed, just sat in my room, and that was like, okay, this is gonna be the one, like I'm locked in my room. And then I was not locked at all, and then I just got super fat, got to 220 pounds, and yeah. And then well, actually I didn't get to 220 yet, but I was around the 200 mark, a little bit heavier. And then I got a part-time job at a restaurant. I was doing expo at Montana's, and then yeah, I would sit around, do bull crap, go to work, come back, horrible habits. I'll talk about that later when I'm not at my friend's house. And then yeah, then I got to 220. Then I made no money from trading at all, and it was just horrible. But then I got a full-time job at a car dealership, and then I started to lock in a bit more. Then I started the weight loss because I just thought, okay, this is getting ridiculous. I'm at 220, doing nothing with my life, and I have to turn something around. And through that whole time, or actually in the beginning, I was not really trading that much, but after a while, I started trading again. And I gotta say, even though I did end up losing a lot of weight, that was good. So that journey, I'm really happy for that. I gotta say, my mental state at the job was probably the worst it's ever been with the trading stuff. I remember, because I absolutely hate authority and having people tell me what to do. And I would go and I would be in the cars, right? So I can't trade on a computer. I would be a lot of 10 hours driving cars, and of course I would never trade while driving. But when the car was parked, I remember I would trade and I would go, and I just lost just all the time. I would just lose. And I had a completely different mentality back then of everything is the physical world. Everything that I can't see is reality. So this would kill me. This would absolutely kill me. I remember a specific moment when I realized what it actually was I remember I was filling up a car at the gas station and I lost a trade that day. And I just remember thinking like, I have no future. Even though I still had this mentality of one day it'll work, it's like, in that one time when you blow your account and then you're just thinking of what's the future. And at the time I had a really bad mentality too. So I was just thinking like, what is this absolute horrible feeling? And I realized this is despair. This is absolute despair. I just thought I have no future. Nothing's going for me. And then I have to come back to this job and people are just telling me what to do left and right. And I just blew my account, haven't made any money. So that was really horrible. There was another time, the most vivid time was lost the trade, just lost everything. Then I go and I get sent to get balloons for the dealership. And I remember it's so hot, so humid, and I'm just bringing these balloons into the car and it's just like, this is my life. I thought I'm gonna be 19-year-old millionaire, like all this stuff, and this is me. So that was horrible. So I also, then that was in the summer, then going into the winter, still haven't passed anything, still horrible mentality, can't trade for crap, sorry. And I remember I'm just in these cars and I'm just like, if I'm by myself, I never talk. Like I have an internal monologue very loud. I don't need to talk. If I'm alone, I won't talk for days. So then I'm in this car and I just remember I just had to yell. I just yelled because I was so angry, just so mad, just absolute despair of like, there's no way I can't make it. So this really made me associate trading with like fear and these horrible feelings. So I ended up quitting trading for a while, and I just thought, okay, well, I gotta change. I'm gonna start a business. So then I tried to make an app, and I quit that job. I went to college for a business, and although 100% I still want to start a business, and that's my entire goal with the trading, is I'll get into that after. But so with this trading, well, actually, so for a while I didn't do much. I didn't really do anything. I was kind of just dilly-dallying. But then I remember I started seeing these videos again of like trading, and then I would kind of brush it off. I wouldn't want to think about how I failed, so I just looked past it. Trading is bullcrap. I'm just gonna start a business, something. And then I remember my friend, he called me about trading, and the first ever time I wanted to get into trading, he called me about trading, and then again he called me about trading when I'm starting to think about going back into it. So I just thought, okay, this has to be a sign. I have to get back into it. And I really thought about it. I lost to trading. Right now it's 1-0 to trading. And I would say I have a little bit of pride and ego with that, is I don't want to lose. Of course, no one wants to lose, but that really hit me of no way the markets beat me like that. So this is slight revenge here. This is slight revenge. I'm really getting back at it. I know I can beat it, and I want to prove to myself, but prove to, I don't know why I care so much about it now, but maybe it'll change in the future. But I want to show other people like, yeah, like I lost, but I'm back. Because he got hit, like I got hit, but he ain't breathing. It's a big fan of that song. I used to listen to that a lot when I was losing. I would be like, yeah, they're not going to take me down, Benny, man. So Yeah, I'm winning this time. I won this time. I already won. So yeah, my whole goal with this trading is I want to make money and then I want to create. I have so many ideas, so much I want to do, and I just need, not need, because then that creates a space and your knowledge. Uh, but there's so much I want to do and there's so much I'm going to do. I'm excited. I'm really excited, and it's funny to talk like this when I haven't made anything, haven't gone anywhere. But honestly, just you watch, just you watch. We'll see if this even gets any views now, but guaranteed it'll get views in the future. 100% when we get there physically in the physical world, I'm gonna send everyone back to this oldest video. This is how you have to think before you get to, you know what I'm saying? So another reason I made this video is because I was always thinking, I knew I always wanted to make videos, I knew it, but I just thought, okay, once I start making money, then I'll start posting. But I've really been understanding the value of being, not becoming, but being. What would I do if I was already profitable? What would I do if I was already rich? And I'll be making videos. So now I am profitable. I am successful because I'm doing the things and that's just who I am. So that vision I have in my head is if that's what I do every day, if that's how I act, that's how I'll be in the physical world as well. So I'll wrap this up a bit here, but actually no, I just kind of said my story, but I want to talk a bit more about my mentality, I guess. Um, yeah, I just want to talk about because I want people, I really want people to go back and see this video and see how much I know this is going to happen, how much I know I'll get to what I want to get to. And I really want people to ask me about this in the future because it's yeah, it's been hard. 100%, it's been really hard. I've had absolutely horrible days, and it's also been very embarrassing at times with my parents, of course. But having this outlook now of everything that's happening is just a step in that story is actually that was another thing is I felt like at some point I got a little bit addicted to the L's. I got addicted to being a loser because I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna, this is rock bottom and I'll talk about this in the future. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna mess up my life even more. So then in the future I can talk about, oh, I was even worse. Yeah, and then look where I came up from this. And low key, that's what I'm doing now. But that's, even though I haven't really gone anywhere in the physical world. Yeah, man, this is like I hope you enjoyed this video. Another thing actually I want to say is if this resonates with you and if you also have this thought, then just know that you are very unique. I realize this now is because I've tried to talk to a lot of people about this, but no one really has that like vision. No one has like that. I remember I got a bit frustrated for a bit. I just thought like, man, why do I have to be the one that has to think different and go through all this bull crap? Like, why can't I it would have been so easy. I could have just gone to school, I could have gone this job, and it would have been so easy to me, like, immensely. But I know I can't do that, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately, because I know I'll get to cooler places, but at the time I thought, unfortunately, you know? So, yeah, man, just since you're watching this, just know you're probably in the same position I was in. And just actually, this will be my last piece of advice here. Know where you're going. Don't believe. You have to know. You have to really know. Like, when I think about me now, I I cannot see a future where I'm not where I am. And obviously I can like think about it, but it just does not seem like a real possibility to me. So if you are like that, let me tell you a big thing. So I would not stop thinking about the future. The future. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be that. I'm going to record videos. And what that's led me to is I'm 5 years later. I haven't done anything. Not done anything. I haven't gotten anything in the physical world. Because I never was. I never... It's the power of I am. I am a millionaire. I am successful. And that was really corny to me for a while, like, oh, affirmations, that's gay. But I don't know, I might be a bit censored for like a while until I kind of blow up, just be a little bit of a bit to the algorithm. But after that, I guarantee I'm talking normally. But at the end of the day, you gotta play with some of the rules, even though I hate that. And maybe, yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of going on a tangent, but let me go back to it. Bullshit. This is don't work as a fryer. I'm so hyped to leave that job. I'm so hyped. I can see it. I've been like not practicing, but I've been looking into the future of how I'm going to quit that job. Of like how am I gonna talk to the guy? How am I gonna feel? All that stuff. But yeah, the final piece of advice is just be. Don't act. Don't do the different actions, because that'll rubber band and you're going to snap back to who you were and it's going to be even worse. Be. You have to be. And once you are here, you will be here. As within, so without. And yeah, I'm going to cut this because I'm going to just keep talking forever, but this is my oldest video. You got it. Talking to me and to you. We got it.